Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be diving deep into generative AI in marketing today. And we're basing this deep dive on a really interesting article from DX today. It's all about how this tech is already changing the game. And I think this will be particularly relevant to you listeners out there, especially if you're, maybe prepping for a marketing meeting or just generally curious about how AI is changing things up. But we're not just going to throw around buzzwords here. We're getting into the specifics of how this is all actually being used right now.
Yeah, generative AI is making some serious waves. This isn't just future stuff. It's having a real-world impact right now.
All right, so let's break it down. What exactly is generative AI? I feel like everyone's using the term, but sometimes it feels kind of buzzy, Can you help me and our listeners really get a grasp on it?
Absolutely. So at its core, generative AI is all about creating new content. We're talking text, images, videos, even audio things that used to need like human creativity. And a key player here is something called Generative Adversarial Networks, or GANs.
GANs, okay. Sounds complicated.
It might sound intimidating, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Imagine two neural networks, like computer programs mimicking the human brain. One network, the generator, creates content, and the other, the discriminator, judges how real it looks.
So, like, they're competing.
Exactly. The generator is trying to fool the discriminator, and the discriminator is getting better at spotting the fakes. And through that back and forth, the generator gets super skilled at creating stuff that's nearly indistinguishable from human-made content.
Oh, so that's how we get those crazy realistic deepfakes, like those videos where you can't even tell if it's a real person or not.
You got it. The tech behind those deepfakes comes from GANs. But what's really cool is how all of this is being used in marketing now. Like this DX Today article highlights how generative AI is changing content creation, which has always been a huge challenge for marketers.
Totally. Creating fresh, engaging content all the time takes so much time. Not to mention the cost. If AI can help with that, that's a total game changer.
For sure. Think about it. AI can generate product descriptions, social media posts, even entire marketing campaigns way faster than a human can. This frees up marketers to focus on strategy and creativity.
That makes so much sense. But it's not just about churning out more content, right? This article also talked about how generative AI can personalize the actual content itself. That seems like a really big deal. Because, we all know how annoying it is to get bombarded with generic ads that have nothing to do with us.
Yeah, generic marketing blasts just aren't effective anymore. Consumers want those personalized experiences. And that's where generative AI really shines. It's all about tailoring the message to each person, making them feel understood.
Okay, so how does it actually personalize things? Is it like pulling from some huge database of everything we do online? That sounds kind of creepy, to be honest.
Not as creepy as it sounds. It's really just data analysis. Think of it like AI algorithms that analyze your purchases, what you browse online, even your social media activity, to understand what you like and what you're likely to be interested in.
So instead of a random ad for something I'd never buy, I see something that's actually related to my interest.
Exactly. Let's say you're a big traveler and you've been looking at flights to Europe. Generative AI could use that to show you an ad for a travel agency that specializes in European trips, and it would highlight things that fit your interest based on what you've been searching for.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is kind of cool. It's like having a personal shopper, but for marketing.
Great analogy, and it goes beyond just ads. Think emails, website content, even product recommendations. It's about a smooth, relevant experience at every touch point.
This is all starting to sound less like science fiction and more like reality. But are there any downsides to all of this? Are we giving AI too much control over our data?
That's an important question, one that we should definitely explore more.
Yeah, it seems like with any new tech, there are always trade-offs.
Definitely. But for now, let's focus on the positive potential of generative AI, because this article also mentions how this technology is going beyond personalization. It's about targeting the right people from the start, not just tailoring the message, but making sure it reaches the most receptive audience.
That makes sense. Because even the best ad is useless if it's not reaching the right people. But how does AI help with that targeting? Is it just analyzing demographics?
Demographics are part of it, but generative AI goes deeper. It can analyze tons of data to find patterns and connections that humans might miss. This helps marketers discover new audience segments they might not have even known existed.
So it's not just about refining existing targets. It's about finding hidden opportunities.
Exactly. Let's say you're a company that sells organic baby food. Your typical marketing might target parents with young kids, but generative AI might find a group of health-conscious millennials who are buying that baby food for themselves because they like the ingredients and the sustainability of it.
Wow, that's fascinating. It's like AI is helping marketers think outside the box about who their audience really is.
That's a great way to put it. And that kind of insight can lead to using marketing resources more efficiently. Companies can focus their efforts on the segments that are most likely to buy.
Okay, I'm really starting to see how generative AI is changing things. It's not just about making more content or personalizing it. It's about understanding your audience on a whole other level and reaching them in smarter ways.
And we're just scratching the surface. We haven't even gotten to how this is transforming customer experience and how it's revolutionizing predictive analytics.
Which sounds like the perfect place to pick up in the next part of our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, but I'm excited to hear more about how this is all shaping the future of marketing.
I'm ready when you are. Welcome back. I'm excited to get into these ideas of customer experience and predictive analytics. They're like essential to understanding how powerful this generative AI is for marketing.
Yeah, me too. It's one thing to talk about AI in theory, but I'm always curious to see how these big ideas actually work in the real world. So, what are some companies that are already using this stuff effectively?
Oh, there are so many. One that comes to mind is Stitch Fix. You know, that online personal styling service?
Stitch Fix, yeah, I've heard of them. So instead of just getting a box of random clothes, they use AI to pick things that actually fit my style.
That's the idea. But what's even cooler is that they're not just recommending stuff from their existing inventory. They're using AI to design totally new clothes based on customer data.
Hold on, AI is like a fashion designer now.
It is, and it's a perfect example of how generative AI can move beyond just analyzing data. It's actually creating something totally new. Like we were talking about earlier, it's not just reacting to trends, it's shaping them.
That's wild. Okay,
Yeah.
so fashion's one area. What about other industries?
Advertising is another huge one. Companies like Coca-Cola and Nutella are already using it to make personalized ads that are way more engaging than the old one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal from a marketer's perspective. Every time I go online, I'm just flooded with ads that have nothing to do with me. If they could actually tailor those ads to stuff I'm interested in, maybe I wouldn't be so quick to skip them.
Exactly. We're bombarded with info all the time, so people are getting really good at ignoring stuff that's not relevant to them. But personalized ads powered by AI, those can actually cut through the noise and get people's attention because it feels like it's actually for them.
It's like that saying, right message, right time. But now AI is helping with the message, A&D, the timing.
You got it. Imagine an ad for a travel company that changes based on the weather. So if it's raining where you are, the ad shows you a sunny beach. But if it's already nice out, maybe it suggests a cozy cabin in the mountains.
That's like genius.
Yeah.
The ad is actually adapting to what's happening right now.
Exactly. That kind of dynamic personalization is only possible with AI. It's not just about knowing who to target, it's about understanding the context.
Okay, so we've got fashion and advertising. What other parts of marketing are changing because of generative AI?
Customer service is another big one. Companies are using AI chatbots to provide 24/7 support and answer questions in real time.
Yeah, I've used those chatbots before, but to be honest, a lot of them are pretty clunky. They feel really robotic and impersonal.
Yeah, I get that. Some of the early ones were definitely a bit rough. But the tech is getting better so fast. Now generative AI is making them much more conversational, even empathetic. They feel more human.
So chatbots that actually understand what I'm saying, that seems hard for AI to do.
It is, but it's happening. Natural language processing is this whole field of AI, focused on making computers understand human language. And generative AI is using that to create chatbots that can not only understand what you're asking, but also respond in a way that feels natural.
So it's not just about pre-programmed responses anymore. The AI is actually thinking about what I'm saying and coming up with an actual answer.
Exactly. And get this, they can even learn from past conversations. So over time, they get even better at giving helpful and personalized responses.
That is pretty game-changing for businesses.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of keeping customers happy. Being able to provide support 24/7 without needing a huge team, that's huge.
It is. It's a win for both sides. Customers don't want to wait on hold forever, and chatbots can give them instant answers, while letting the human agents focus on those really complicated issues.
Okay, so we've got AI fashion designers, personalized ads that change with the weather, and chatbots that get what we're feeling. What else is out there? Any other cool examples of how generative AI is shaking things up?
One that I find really fascinating is personalized marketing videos. It's still pretty new, but it has huge potential.
Personalized videos, huh? Try to picture that. It's like those choose your own adventure videos.
That's a cool idea, and AI could definitely do that. But what I'm talking about is videos that are tailored to each person's interests. Like, imagine a company selling travel packages. They could use AI to create a video for each potential customer, highlighting the places and activities that fit their travel style.
So instead of a generic ad with pretty scenery, I'd get a video that's actually made just for me.
Exactly. It's like having your own personal travel agent, but in video form.
That's way more interesting than just looking at pictures on a website.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's the power of personalized video. It tells a story and creates an emotional connection that other types of marketing just can't.
It sounds like we're moving into this whole new era of marketing, where the content itself is as unique as the person seeing it.
It's definitely an exciting time to be in this field. We're seeing creativity, tech, and data all coming together in ways we couldn't have imagined just a few years ago.
I can't wait to see where it all goes.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, with all this talk about AI taking over marketing tasks, what happens to the humans? Are marketers going to become obsolete?
That's a question a lot of people are asking, and it's a valid concern. But I believe that generative AI, even though it's powerful, is ultimately a tool. And like any tool, it needs a skilled person to use it.
So you're saying human marketers aren't going anywhere?
Nope. In fact, I think their role is going to become even more important.
Really? I would have thought the opposite, that AI would just replace them.
Yeah, it's easy to think that way. But actually, AI is going to free up marketers to focus on what they're best at. Strategy, creativity, building relationships. They'll be the ones guiding the AI, setting the goals, making sure the technology is being used effectively.
So it's not AI versus humans, it's AI and human.
Exactly. It's about using tech to make human creativity even better and create marketing experiences that are both personal and impactful.
This is just the beginning of a really interesting journey for marketers, huh?
It is.
I'm excited to learn more about how they can use AI in their strategies and what it takes to succeed in this new world of marketing.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into in the last part of our deep dive. We'll explore all the practical stuff for businesses looking to use the power of generative AI.
Can't wait. We're back for the final part of our deep dive, all about generative AI and marketing. We've talked about the concepts, we've seen some cool examples, but now let's get practical. I'm sure a lot of you listeners out there are thinking, okay, this all sounds amazing, but how do I actually UA this stuff?
That's the big question, right? It's one thing to understand the potential, but actually putting it into practice is another thing entirely.
Totally. So let's say I'm a business owner. Maybe I run a small company, a medium-sized company, and I'm convinced I want to try generative AI. Where do I even start?
Oh, before you jump into any new tech, you got to have a plan. What are your goals? What are you hoping to achieve with generative AI? Is it personalized marketing, automating content creation, maybe improving your customer service, or all of the above?
Makes sense. You got to know what you're aiming for before you invest time and money.
Exactly. Once you've got your goals figured out, then you can start looking at the tools and platforms that are out there. There are tons of AI solutions, so it's important to do your research and find the ones that fit what you need. And of course, your budget.
I bet this is where it gets overwhelming for a lot of people. Like, okay, I get the idea, but now I need to be an AI expert to pick the right software.
Yeah, I can see how it would be a lot. It's a fast-moving field, so keeping up with it all can feel like a job in itself. But that's where partnerships come in.
Partnerships, like with companies that specialize in AI.
Exactly. There are agencies and consultants out there who focus specifically on helping businesses use AI for marketing. They can help you pick the right tools, show you how to use them effectively, and even provide support and training.
That sounds like a huge relief for business owners who are already super busy.
Yeah.
They can get that expertise without having to become AI experts themselves.
That's the idea. It lets them focus on what they do best, running their business.
But even if you're working with experts, it's probably still good to have a basic understanding of how this stuff works.
Yeah, you don't want to just blindly trust the magic of AI.
Right.
You want to be able to ask the right questions, understand what the tech can and can't do, and ultimately be in control of how it's being used.
So it's not about replacing human judgment. It's about using AI to make that judgment better.
Exactly.
So we've talked a lot about the good stuff, the potential benefits of generative AI. But are there any downsides, anything businesses should watch out for?
Of course, no technology is perfect. There are definitely challenges. One is the learning curve. It takes time to get good at using AI for marketing. You need to learn new skills, new knowledge. It's not as simple as just turning on the software and letting it do its thing.
So there's still a human element to all of this.
Yeah.
Even though we're talking about artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. You need people who understand how to train the AI, how to interpret the results, and how to make smart decisions based on what the AI is telling them.
So AI isn't a magic solution.
It's more like a really powerful tool.
And like any tool, it needs to be used correctly.
Another challenge is data quality. AI is only as good as the data you feed it. If you give it bad data or data that's biased, it's going to spit out bad results.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. So you need to make sure you're using accurate data, relevant data, data that actually represents your target audience.
Okay, so it's not just plug and play.
It takes planning, the right data, and skilled people to make it all work. And of course, keeping up with the speed of innovation is another challenge. New AI tools are coming out all the time. You gotta stay informed and be ready to adapt.
That's where those partnerships we talked about can really help, right? It's like having someone who can keep you up to date on all the latest stuff.
Exactly. Having access to those experts can be the difference between falling behind and staying ahead.
So to wrap things up, what's the most important thing for businesses to remember if they're thinking about trying out generative AI?
I'd say the key takeaway is this. Generative AI is not just a fad. It's a powerful tool that has the potential to completely change how businesses connect with their customers. But it's not a magic bullet. It takes strategy, a focus on data quality, and a willingness to learn.
And maybe most importantly, it's about finding the right partners. People who can guide you and help you unlock the full potential of this technology. This has been an awesome deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much about the future of marketing.
It's been great exploring this with you. It's clear that generative AI is going to keep changing and surprising us for years to come.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into generative AI and marketing. We hope you found it insightful. Until next time.
See you next time.